Recordings on the top right-hand corner. Hi, my name is Ken Persky, and I've been part of the My World for coming on just about 5 years now. And My World is the umbrella of a loyalty card that you get paid to go shopping. And that's the Cashback World card on the right-hand side. And the Lyconet, your shopping network, is how you earn extra income by just promoting the program. So that's what we're going to show you in the next about 30 minutes.
And your time is valuable, so we want to provide something valuable in exchange for that time. And we will show you what that is.
So there's three things you're probably likely wondering what you're here for. What is this business? How much money can I make, which is really important, and what do I have to do in order to be successful in this business?
So that's our goal, to show you that. And who am I? My name is Arlene. I am a Lyconet marketer. I'm also a nurse. And I've been nursing for a long time. I would like to retire eventually, but my financial situation isn't as good as it could be. So when I found out about Lyconet and how it can help me with my financial situation, I was quite interested.
And who am I? My name is Ken Persky, and that's my wife, Janet. And that's kind of my why on the right-hand side. She's 1.5 years old, and one of the things that is amazing about this company is that it's a willable asset. So the things that I'm working on today will be able to help my wife out and my child out in the future.
And we're both independent marketers for Lyconet, and we are in Canada. This system works in 47 countries, though, so even if you're not in Canada, that's okay.
So we'd like to compare this card like Air Miles. So Air Miles, you basically search out places that are Air Miles merchants. You go shopping there, and as you go shopping and you spend money, you get Air Miles or points in their particular system. For myself, once I get 95 Air Miles, then I save $10 off my next Safeway bill. But there are people out there that gather enough Air Miles that they actually take flights with some restrictions in the program. It's a great program. So Cashback World is also a loyalty card. It costs you nothing. There is no set on how much you're going to spend. It just depends on how much you want to spend through the program and how much benefits you get. You get paid up to 5% cashback for using a free loyalty card put directly into your bank accounts on Tuesday mornings once you get about $10.
And here we just have lots of different cashback or different loyalty cards. You may have seen some of these. You may have some of them. And the one in the middle is the one that matters today, because that's the one we're talking about, Cashback World, and how it is amazing.
You were going to do this.
Oh, was I? Oh. And so one card worldwide. 47 countries, and if you are a merchant, you can actually have your own Cashback World cashback card with your logo, so branded to your business, but is part of our Cashback World network, so you can benefit worldwide.
And basically the gentleman on the left, his name is Hubert Friedel, and he's the person that came up with this great idea. I mean, it's revolutionary. And why he designed this particular program was he wanted to help small businesses compete against the large box stores. And it's founded in 2003 in Austria. There's over 120,000 loyalty merchants at this moment in time, and there's about 10 million customers. And the brands that were, the main umbrella is called My World. Cashback Solutions is the program for the small merchants. Lyconet is what Arlene and myself are, is we promote the shopping community. And the Child and Family Foundation and Greenfinity, Arlene's going to talk about next.
Yeah, so we have two charities, and this is a really big part of our company, where a little part of every shopping transaction goes towards these two charities. Child and Family Foundation supports children's charities around the world and really helps those underprivileged children with schools and many other projects. And Greenfinity supports the environment. And so it's really reaching for the future, children and the planet. What could be better?
And let's review what the Cashback World Card is. So it's free shopper benefits. People seek out places to go that they get paid to go shopping. You get cash back up to 5% in every purchase that you spend money through the system. You're getting also shopping points for discounts. Every one of those points are at least $7.50 up to $15 on future discounts on whatever store happens to be having a sale. And more importantly, you're supporting local economies. You're helping promote shopping within your own community, and you're benefiting from it. And we're also doing good with every purchase through those charities.
And we're going to take you back in time now to see why this is really actually important. So if you think back to 1990, it's not that long ago for some of us, but for some it might be. Back then, how did things look? We went to school until we were about 18 and a half years old, and then went into the workforce and worked until about the age of 62 and a half, and the life expectancy was about 73. More importantly, what were we spending our money on? Most families had one or maybe two cars, one phone, and it was plugged into the wall, and maybe one computer. We got our first computer in 1989, and it was big and clunky, and now my phone does more than that whole computer did. Now, fast forward to today, how are things different? People are going to school, staying in school a little bit later, and working a little bit longer, and living quite a bit longer. So you can see you have a shorter time in the working life to save up money for your longer retirement. And we'll talk more about retirement in a moment. And what we're spending our money on now, well, in my driveway, we have 3 cars. We still have a landline, but we've got 3 cell phones. We've got many computers, iPads, tablets, and various electronics. So you can see how much more people are spending on consumerism, and that means higher bills, less retirement income, hopefully not.
So what's the solution? And how much month is left at the end of the money? So statistics show in North America that over 60% of people run out of money before the end of the month by about day 25 out of a month. And what happens at that moment in time? People go into debt a little bit farther, or they have that much less spending. But more often than not, people are racking up higher and higher credit card bills as they go forward.
And the whole world is changing. Economic shifts, things are just done differently. A lot of people are losing their jobs to technology. Inflation and the cost of living are both increasing. And the great thing about this business is inflation and cost of living isn't that important, because as people spend more, you actually earn more.
In a way that people help themselves out is they go out and find potentially a part-time job. So they take a job as a teller in a large department store or a small grocery store, or they become a waiter, or potentially they drive a taxi. But all 3 of these, basically, technology is starting to outsource it, that computers are doing more and more of this stuff. Or the other option is people, because maybe they become more stressed, they might happen to start to take some more tablets or something along that line, and they got to feed their habit with selling off their jewelry. They don't have enough money to be able to pay for their power anymore, so they have candles. Well, that's not really what this slide shows. What it depicts is network marketing at its finest. So you happen to find a friend comes to you and says, I have this great product that you didn't know about yesterday, but I'm feeling that much better, or whatever it happens to be. And you decide you're going to start to become a network marketer, whether it be with a lotion or potion or some other product. Potentially you do jewelry parties, or you do candle parties. But every one of those networking means that you have to have some form of inventory. They say that you start with yours, and then you need to have some form of inventory that if somebody wants to get started right away, duplication says that now you have to have more and more inventory, and as these new products come online, you fill up your garage higher and higher with inventory. You become a store.
And it does have some benefits because it can be a nice part-time income. You actually get a lot of tax benefits for having your own home-based business. But we think there's a better way.
Mm-hmm.
You might have heard these numbers, 40, 40, and 40. What does that mean? You work for 40 hours a week for about 40 years to retire on about 40% of your income. How does that sound like a plan?
If you're lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky. And if you even have a pension of some kind.
Mm-hmm. So there's some alarming statistics. 35% of Canadians do not have any savings or investments. Only 27% of the private sector workers have an employment-funded pension. That means that if you're working for outside the government, only 27% have a pension. The average savings in RSPs is only $55,000, and we kind of hit on that a little bit more at the 8 o'clock presentation. Maximum CPP when you get to 65 is only $1,065 a month, and not everybody qualifies for that amount of money.
Mm-hmm. So how about your retirement plan? And, it's not just about retirement that we're talking about today, but that's one of the concerns that a lot of us have. But, just think about it. What is your plan for retirement? What we want to show you is a plan for retirement or your other financial goals based on about the cost of a cup of coffee a day. And you could do it for free based on the shopping you're already doing. That shopping can pay you back. And you can turn your everyday shopping into cash in your pocket and long-term residual income. That sounds interesting to you? Maybe we have a new plan for you.
Mm-hmm. We have a new 40. So you put 40, or waiting on the rest of it, 40 minutes a day to be able to now for 40. Well, what if you just matched your income or you doubled your income? Wouldn't that be just something that would make sense? And this is called residual income. So residual income is that you work hard up front and you get rewarded with your combined effort as you start to go forward.
And with this business, you're not selling anything, but you earn when people buy everything. Pretty cool.
So this is kind of just a chart of all the different places that potentially people spend money at and how many transactions happen per minute, per hour, per day, per second. And it just shows the power of shopping. No matter where it's happening in the world. And how would you like a small little portion of some of that?
Sorry, I went a little fast. So our company is in 47 countries around the world. And if you look at that picture, if you know people in all of those countries or any of those countries, you can actually invite them to be a Cashback World member for free. And you can benefit in your city or country when they are shopping in another country. It's pretty cool, but we're going to show you in a little while a different way you can benefit even if they're not in your if you don't know people in that country.
So it's a never-ending circle. I'm going to show you what that never-ending circle looks like. So you're a shopper. You're looking for places that the Cashback World Card is accepted. You find a loyalty merchant. The loyalty merchant has a pre-approved fee that they're going to pay to Cashback World if you shop at their place. So you go shopping and you spend money in their place, Cashback World, or the merchant pays a fee to Cashback World. Cashback World takes a small percentage off the top for their advertising fee, and then they give the rest of it back to the shopper in cashback up to 5% and something called a shopping point deal, or shopping points, sorry. And what if you put yourself into the middle of this equation? So you're going to help shoppers find and educate them how the shopping system works, and you're going to help merchants understand how the program works, and you get paid on all those points that you gather in a month as people go shopping in these 47 countries. What an amazing system. What a great idea.
And we have a number of partnerships that make this work. So we're not asking people to do shopping that they're not already doing. It's redirecting their expenses through our network. But even when you look at this is, stores that almost all of us have in our community. So most people are already shopping at these places. You just have to do it slightly differently to earn money on that shopping. And it's not even that difficult to do. So you look at this list and you think, well, I've shopped at almost all of these places, but I've never made money shopping at them. Now you can do that. And your friends probably shop at a lot of those places too. So how about if you could benefit when they go shopping?
And here's some of the large box stores, online stores that are part of this program. So if you've ever done Etsy or Hotels.com, Mark's Work Warehouse, you just go through the app or go through the porthole on your computer, and you just spend like you normally do. And they just gather the points and send you the cash back as you spend money. These are some of the small partnerships in our area, which is called Edmonton, Alberta. And I happen to be a merchant at YEG Big Lake Sod Depot. So if you come and buy sod off me here in Edmonton, you're going to get 2% cash back and 2.5 shopping points for every $150 spent.
Cool. And this is where the magic is in our company, because we're supporting the small business owner who would never be able to buy into a loyalty program like Air Miles. They can buy into this loyalty program for very reasonable amount, and then they're only paying when people go out shopping. Yet they're getting leverage globally, and it's really helping small business owners.
And I get to leverage sending my shoppers to another small business where before, let's say all of these businesses were all in one small area and they decided to do some advertising in a newspaper or radio, whatever it ends up being. We'd all pay money up front. We wouldn't know what customers actually spent in our store. In this way, I can send my customers to Health Matters. Health Matters can send them to the Wedding Gallery, and we're all being paid because our shoppers are shopping outside our store. Same thing with marketers. This system works exactly the same way.
Mm-hmm. And remember, we're not selling anything, and still we get paid when people buy everything. It's pretty amazing.
So some of the partnerships that we actually are a part of, there's lots of large soccer teams and hockey teams and that type of stuff over in Europe. But more importantly, we're part of MotoGP, which has over 300 million fans worldwide. And they actually hand out a card at all their events to anybody who wants to take it. And the reason why they do that is, we'll explain a little bit, that they get net 1% cash back for the shopping that happens. But they're rewarding their loyal shoppers by giving them cash back for buying tickets or memorabilia or whatever it ends up being. And it's a great program for them. And it's expanding our program that much faster.
Mm-hmm. And in Canada, we don't have these partnerships just yet, but if you can imagine your local sports team being part of Cashback World, all the fans get a fan card, but it's a cashback fan card. So the team gets that 1%, and as the fan, you're getting cashback and shopping points. And it's a really great thing. And if you think about the businesses that are in the area, like if you had a restaurant near Rogers Place in Edmonton, you might want to consider joining Cashback World once you know about this program and how all of those fans have fan cards that might want to come and eat at your restaurant because you're close to the stadium.
Mm-hmm. And that's the net 1% cashback. So to the large sports teams. And the reason why they want to do that is because they can actually take that 1% and do it into Little League sponsorships or sponsoring some other local team or whatever charity they may want to help out in their local area.
Yeah, and it's they're raising money without really trying. It's a great program. And what that gets us is momentum. So as they're signing up all their fans, our membership is growing dramatically. And right now, North America is just on the tip of this starting to grow. So we can get some of that market share by building our team now.
So, like we said, there's about 9.5 to 10 million members at this moment in time. And what if, their goal is to get to 1 billion by 2030. And there's about 120,000 merchants worldwide at this moment in time. So I'd like to just take like a half a second to think about that. There's 120,000 businesses that I don't have any inventory. I don't pay for any labor. I don't pay for any fuel. I don't pay for anything. They pay all those expenses, and I'm basically getting paid to advertise for them. So I'm part of their advertising budget, and I have no costs up front. And my customers can spend it 120,000 places, and they're aiming for 10 million, I believe is the next slide, by 2030. So again, think of the customer that you're signing up today will have potentially 10 million places to go shopping before the year 2030. And how much of that pie do you want?
Mm-hmm. Cool. And now we're just going to talk a little bit about lifestyle. So what kind of lifestyle would you like? How would you like to live and spend your time? What kind of things would you like to have? Where would you like to go? And just dream a little bit on that.
So I, as a marketer, and Arlene is a marketer, just people who want more. And it depends on what your more is. Are you interested in like a big boat, some cars, vacations, whatever your dream might happen to be? Maybe you want to help more people. What if we looked at the slide a little bit earlier and it said, look, 95% of people or over 60% of people are going farther and farther in debt each month. What if we could get your head above water by just helping you, show you how to build a shopping community and generate extra income because you're helping people learn a great system? And remember, we sell nothing, but we earn when people buy everything, 90% of everything, at least in Austria. And you earn your income based on the growth of your shopping community. How hard do you work at this?
And is there magic? Yeah, what is that magic? It is duplication. So if you can help people to join and help them to be successful, and they help their friends to be successful, you're duplicating the process, and that is a really good thing because you don't have to do all the work.
Mm-hmm. So how do you duplicate and what do you do? It's a loyalty card. So you shop using the Cashback World card. You share the free card for shoppers. You share the opportunity to earn extra income. And how do you duplicate? This can be as simple as inviting 2 people to the next presentation or to the next event. And where do you find that? You find it at the webinars are at www.mycashback.ca, and you look for the shopping community button to press, and that'll bring you to our site. There's a whole bunch of great videos that once you become a shopper, Arlene has set up how do you go shopping, how do you order gift cards, a bunch of great information in 3 to 5 minute different segments. And then there's another site that has www.cashback.club, and that goes a little bit more into the LycoNet part of it. And it's also a wonderful site to just learn on your own time and be able to understand the program as we go forward.
And as well, your own Cashback or your own LycoNet website has training too. So the corporate has supplied some. So just to summarize what your job description is: you go shopping, you save money, you share with other people, repeat that, and everybody wins. Everybody helps everybody, and I think this is just a great concept. Mm-hmm.
So we've shown you kind of getting paid up to 5% cash back for shopping where you normally do. And you go, so what kind of income Arlene, can I actually make? And we show you how the object is to get you to the 5,000 points. Well, we've broken it down even a little farther than that. We want to show you how to get to 1,000 points. And we show you that again at the 8 o'clock presentation. And we're just helping people get from each level to level to level. And potentially what happens once you get to a level 7 is there's that little world globe thing, and you get a small portion of all the shopping that happens in the world, whether they're on your team or not. And how do you get to 1,000,000 points? By eating an elephant one bite at a time.
So can you picture being at level 7 or higher and getting that small percentage of all the shopping around the world? How would that change your life? Your income would be more like, your income in a month might be more like what it is now in a year. Would that change your life? I think so.
I think so. So we'll let you do this one.
Okay, so you might be wondering, is there a risk and how much is it going to cost me? Well, not really. It's very basically risk-free because it's just based on your shopping. And it doesn't cost very much to get started, and even your ongoing expenses are very low.
Mm-hmm. So what's your next steps? You can start with an Easy Shop Plus package, and basically you started with $49 to get a package. Every networking that you ever start with has some form of interesting information to get going. In this case, you get 15 flyers to be able to sign up for your friends and family, and you get something called Easy Shop Plus, which is a $75 voucher each month, and we help you with why you want to have that each month going forward at the 8 o'clock presentation.
So you, again, use your imagination and just picture this happening somewhere in the world, maybe everywhere in the world. People wake up. I don't wake up that late, but whatever. You turn on the lights, you brush your teeth, you brew some coffee and drink it, and you drive out of your parkade or your garage. Now, the numbers at the bottom, that just means about how much you would have spent doing those things. So in the first hour of the morning, spending about $1.50. And if you could imagine all the people around the world that are Cashback World members doing something similar, that's 1 billion people come the year 2030. That's $1.5 billion in sales volume. And if you remember, if you're career level 7, you get to benefit from everybody's shopping, whether they're on your team or not. So that's going to be a little nice bonus on top of your other income for being career level 7.
So what we're going to show you kind of in the second hour is I was a financial planner for about 3.5 years, and traditional investing. Basically, you sat down with the person who's a professional and they show you, hi, this is how much money you're spending, and here we're going to make you a new plan. We're going to save you a bunch of money that the bank hasn't showed you, or just a better way of investing going forward so you can get to retirement. And with network marketing, with Lyconet, we're going to show you with similar numbers how you can actually get there in a year, 2 years, as opposed to a lifetime of putting money aside and having all that kind of fun stuff. And I'm not exaggerating when I said it could be as early as 6 months to 2 years that you're starting to generate some pretty significant income going forward.
Mm-hmm. So again, it's the Lyconet, the shopping network. And what we've hoped to do is pique your interest enough that you want to come back for the next presentation and learn more how this can benefit you, and we want to make it worthwhile.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to stop recording right now and open it up for questions.